This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
So they're looking at me like, who is this guy? Now, they don't have a clue who I am. Nobody has a clue. We go in, it's television. They have me in an enhancement match with a young man, and they said, okay, creatively, I want you to break this kid's arm. You figure out how you want to do it. So I figured out a way I wanted to do it. Now, that's a pretty good push right there for your first television to break someone's arm.
I would agree.
Because it wasn't done very often for obvious reasons. So after I broke his arm and he's rolling around like someone would with a broke arm, down comes Manny Fernandez, who I've never met, never spoke to, slides in the ring, looks at me like, that's enough, back off. And so that was what I interpreted it meant. The second he looked away, I cheap shotted him, threw him out over the top, dropped him across the rail on his neck.
What incredible action we have had here today on Worldwide Wrestling, and one of the men that you saw a little bit earlier was this man, Arn Anderson, of course, cousin of Ole Anderson, and of course, obviously, by your techniques in the ring, you were in there to hurt somebody and to make a name for yourself.
You're absolutely right. You're exactly right. Now, first of all, Ole was supposed to be here tonight. I don't know what the problem was. Must have been bad weather. That's all I can tell you, because blood's thicker than water. Right here, you see me working a man over, Anderson style. It's been too long around here since there was an Anderson around here to show people exactly what professional wrestling is all about. Now, I'm not doing anything flashy, Daddy, but I'm getting results. You see a man wiggling like a worm on that mat. That's wrestling right there, Daddy. I'm cracking his arm. I'm cranking. What do you finally hear? The final result. I quit. Get me out of here. Please get me out of here. Now, a while ago, I came out and I heard a big reaction for somebody called the Raging Bull. I don't know who this Raging Bull is or what he's trying to stick his nose in my business. But as you'll see in just a minute, this little timid fella decides to stick his nose in my business. Right here, you don't stick your nose into Anderson's business, brother. They ran this place for 7 long years. And as you see, I do it just like an Anderson needs to have it done. Right here. Raging Bull's not raging right now. I don't look like a paraplegic, do I there, Mr. Announcer? Yeah,
Obviously not. Working over the Raging Bull quite well.
You're exactly correct. Now, as you see, I've done had a match. Most men would be tired, but hey, I hadn't even broke a sweat. Your big champion here, the hero of supposedly all these people here, where does he end up? Flat of his back, supine to the ceiling, and they toted him out. Now, there's a couple things I need to convey to you. Cameraman, get down on this upper body one time. Just scoot right down on this upper body. I want you to get a full view of this. Right here. You're looking at 245 pounds, Daddy, a cultured bulk. It's all positioned strategically. It's all looking just like it ought to look. And the main thing is, it's functional. So I tell you what, Rhodes, you're sitting at the top of the heap. TA, you're there somewhere. Raging Bull, you're there somewhere. Well, Daddy Rabbit, let me explain something to you. Double A's on the scene. I'm here from competition. And when that smoke all clears, I'm used to being king of the hill, you understand what I'm saying? So I usually just toss them all aside, take my place at the top, and that's that. So I'm going to get some respect around here, or I'm going to beat it out of you, and it's that simple.
Obviously, with the last name of Anderson, you're going to get plenty of respect.
You're exactly right, one way or the other, and it's been your pleasure, I'm sure. The bottom line is, this place is going to go back to being Anderson country, and I'm just a man. I'm the youngest Anderson, I'm the best-looking Anderson, and this was just a calm before the storm. Right when you thought it was safe to go back in the ring, where does it come from? The biggest and the best looking is right here. It's been your pleasure.
Okay, we'll see you next week on the very best in professional wrestling, the NWA and Worldwide Wrestling. For Johnny Weaver, I'm Tony Schiavone. We'll see you next week.
Now, Manny was used pretty good at that time with Jim Crockett Promotions, so that's a hell of a launching pad. The people then, after I did the thing and left Manny down, and as I'm walking back, it had a whole different feel to it, to what it just did in the match. They didn't know who I was, but by doing all this stuff right back to back and to who it happened to, I think they just said, okay, I don't know who this guy is. if he is an Anderson, they're going to use him well.
Right.
Because that wasn't a bad launch. And that got me kick-started. And as soon as that first television aired the following Saturday, up and running.
I get it. It's a wrestling podcast, but he's saving us money on our mortgage. Do you really trust this process? The reviews don't lie. 5-star review after 5-star review. We make it fast, we make it easy, and it's no cost or obligation. Give us a shot to earn your business. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did, especially if you like keeping more of your own money. You don't need perfect credit or money out of your pocket, so what are you waiting for? Hurry to savewithconrad.com. This is early March 1985, and the first time I have a record from cagematch.net is the Mid-Atlantic Championship Title Night 85, an event at Dorton Arena in Raleigh. They've got you teaming with the Russians here, Ivan Koloff and Crusher Khrushchev, and you'll pick up a win over Buzz Tyler, Don Kernodle, and Manny Fernandez. You just talked about Manny, and we've talked about Don before. Haven't spent much time talking about Buzz Tyler, but I do want to talk about your experience tagging with Ivan Koloff and Crusher Khrushchev.
What was that date?
I have it down as March 6th, 1985.
That might have been, did he give a town?
Dorton Arena, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay. Well, that, you know what? That was, I said earlier, I couldn't remember what my match was. After that first day of promos, which I didn't do, we went to Raleigh and back, and that must have been the match I was in. And I had already shot the angle with Manny. No one had seen it on TV yet. So being partners with the Russians, I knew Barry Darsow from when I very first started and went with Matt Bourne to Georgia Championship. Matt got fired, and then we started that hodgepodge, the Road Warriors and Rick Rude against myself, Man Mountain Darsow, and the Indian, Joe Lightfoot. We went like 10 days working with the very green Road Warriors. So I knew Barry from that situation. I didn't know Ivan Koloff. I knew who he was, much respect for the veteran. And he was exactly what you see on TV. He was a machine, an absolute machine. What a hard.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at savewithconrad.com.